All right, let's talk about something that's literally all around us, but that we almost never really think about. Today, we're digging deep into the hidden foundation of our modern world, raw materials. I mean, these are the unseen ingredients in absolutely everything we make, use, and rely on every single day.
No, seriously, just take a second. Look at that device in your hand, the shirt on your back, the room you're in right now. None of that stuff just appeared out of thin air. Every single bit of it started somewhere, as something much more basic, pulled directly from the earth.
So, to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to start at square one. In this first part, we'll get a clear definition of what raw materials even are and see just how essential they truly are to, well, everything.
And it's really that simple, but at the same time, it's incredibly profound. We're talking about everything from minerals and metals to plants, even the air we breathe. They are the absolute starting point for civilization as we know it. Without them, our world would be completely unrecognizable. And the scope here is just staggering. It's not just one or two sectors. Think about it. Construction needs stone and steel. Electronics literally can't exist without copper and lithium. Our entire energy grid depends on things like oil and uranium. It's a universal dependency. Every single industry starts with these fundamental building blocks. But here's the wild part. These materials didn't just appear out of nowhere. Their story is literally the story of our planet itself, a process that has been unfolding for billions of years.
You know, seeing it laid out like this really puts our modern consumption into perspective, doesn't it? It took millions of years of immense heat and pressure just to create these resources. And then there's us. We've gone from the Stone Age to the Space Age in what's basically a geological blink of an eye. And our technology now demands these materials at a pace that nature, well, it simply can't match.
And you can basically think of these materials as coming from two completely different worlds. On one hand, you have the geological stuff, things like iron ore and copper, formed by non-living processes over eons. On the other hand, you have the biological, wood, cotton, and rubber that come from living organisms. Both are equally vital, and really, the story of humanity is the story of us getting better and better at transforming both of them.
Okay, so we know what they are and where they come from, but now let's get to the really cool part, the incredible journey they take. How does a rock in the ground or a plant in a field actually become the finished product in your hand? Well, the first step is extraction, just getting it out of the planet. We mine for solids like metals and coal, we drill for liquids and gases like oil, we log forests for timber, and we farm the land for crops like cotton. And each of these is a massive operation that takes a ton of planning, energy, and machinery. Once it's extracted, the next huge step is processing. Take crude oil, for example. Right out of the ground, it's not very useful. It has to go to a refinery where it's heated and separated into everything from gasoline to the chemical building blocks for plastics. The same is true for metal ores, which have to be crushed and smelted to get the good stuff out. And you know, this is a point that's so easy to forget. We think of something like plastic as completely man-made, but it's not made from scratch. Most plastics are actually derived from the chemicals found in crude oil or natural gas. Scientists are just rearranging these natural molecules to create new materials with amazing properties. It all traces back to nature. But of course, these materials aren't spread evenly around the planet. Some countries have vast oil reserves, others have all the rare earth minerals. And that simple fact of geology has created the incredibly complex global trade network we all rely on today. And this quote really nails the essence of our modern world. I mean, think about it. The device you're likely watching this on is like a miniature United Nations of materials. It's a physical testament to just how interconnected we all are. Let's just break that down for a minute. The lithium for your phone's battery might come from South America. The cobalt that's also in there, maybe Central Africa. The copper for the wiring, that's mined on multiple continents. And the rare earth elements that make your screen so vibrant, they come from really complex international supply chains. It's this intricate dance of extraction, processing, and shipping that all has to work perfectly, which, you can imagine, also makes the system incredibly vulnerable to disruptions. So this intense global demand, it raises huge questions about sustainability. As our needs keep growing, we have to get a whole lot smarter about how we use and reuse these finite resources. So what does the future look like? Well, for most of history, we've operated on a linear model. Take,
make waste. We pull resources out, use them, and then throw them away. It's simple, but it's also incredibly inefficient. The shift we need to make is towards a circular economy, where we design things from the start to keep materials in a constant loop of reuse, recycling, and remaking.
And this isn't just some theoretical idea. It's happening right now. We see it in the endless recyclability of metals, the development of plant-based plastics that can actually biodegrade, and much better management of renewable resources like our forests. Every one of these pathways reduces the need to pull new stuff out of the earth. Take aluminum, for instance. It perfectly illustrates the power of this idea. You can melt down an aluminum can and turn it into a new one, or part of a car, or a window frame, over and over and over again without it ever degrading. It's a perfect circular material.
This leads to a really exciting concept called urban mining. This is the idea of looking at our cities, our old electronics, demolished buildings, and even our landfills as rich, new sources of raw materials. All the gold, copper, and cobalt in our discarded phones are just sitting there, waiting to be recovered.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As we look for more sustainable ways to build our world, maybe the most valuable resources aren't deep underground anymore. Maybe they're already all around us, in the things we once called waste.